Okay, guys. Yep, time to talk about GLL freaking out and misunderstanding me and then acting like a stubborn piece of shit, refusing to admit that he fucked up. Yep, that's what we're going to talk about in this video. And then a few other things. So, yeah, to sum it up here for those who don't know, in one of my recent videos, I talked about The Last of Us Part 2, and I talked about how there are sexists who are being fucking assholes about hating on the game, and those people are fucking stupid. And that's all I was saying in that video about Last of Us Part 2. Oh, man. I had this spicy food just now. Shit. Where's my fucking water? Oh, shit. It's gone. I don't know where my goddamn water went. Motherfucker. Well, yay, time to tough it out. Alright, so what the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, I made some spicy fucking chicken, and I used scorpion peppers that I grew in the garden, and my god, I'm fucked up right now, like wow. Like, ugh, Jesus Christ. So anyway, right, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, GLL being a fucking asshole. A fucking stupid asshole at that. So, let's talk about this. So I came into work on Monday after I uploaded the video on Saturday or whatever. Sitting there Monday morning at work, drinking the coffee, eating the breakfast, getting ready to get started and do a lot of work. And right then and there, I go on YouTube. I'm sitting at the laptop at the computer there at work, and I am just fucking around until I feel like working, because that's how I roll at my job. And so I was just sitting there watching some videos, and I noticed, oh, I got a message from one of my subscribers. It's Blue Flaming Ninja. What could he be saying? So I click on his comment, and he tells me on that video that I made about Last of Us Part 2, he says in the comment section, you owe all gamers an apology for calling us all sexist. And I was just like, you and your jokes, shut the fuck up, dude. Stop being a bitch. Are you serious? He was being serious. I looked at the comments again, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm getting a bad vibe here. I think he is being fucking serious. What the fuck, Blue? What kind of beef do you have with me? What did I do? And then I thought to myself, this must be GLL's work, that piece of shit. So I went over to GLL's channel, and yeah, what do you know? He's making up shit about me. He started a video that's like 30 fucking minutes long, and in the very beginning of the video, he even admits to being a little tipsy. He was having himself a little drinky poo there, and yeah, even he admitted in the very beginning of the video that he might not have all of his ducks in a row, but whatever, he made the video anyway, and he was completely fucking incorrect. He accused me of saying that all gamers are sexist. He accused me of saying that anyone who has a problem with Last of Us 2 is a sexist. And I would never say something like that. And for you to insinuate, to accuse me of saying something so black and white, fucking retarded, that offends me, because you're usually very spot on, GLL. You're usually not this fucking inept. Like, don't get me wrong, you fucked up in the past before, and I've given you shit about it. But this is a little different. This is you just straight up going into fantasy land and saying things that are just fucking factually not true. Like in the past, I remember you said that you thought Breath of the Wild was gonna suck ass. You said that it was like Dark Souls for noobs and shit like that. Couldn't have been more wrong. Game was actually pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than you were making it out to be. So you were wrong about that. Just goes to show you, no one's perfect. Everybody can have bad intuition about a game. It happens. You can't predict the future. Not 100%. A lot of the time you can sort of guess what's going to happen, and most of the time you'd be right if you follow the right guidelines and you'd be smart about it, but, you know, from time to time, you'd be surprised. Anyway, I remember he did this video back in the day, about a year ago or so. Yeah, a little over a year ago, I think. 2016 video for Overwatch winning Game of the Year, and he bitched up a storm about how he thought that wasn't right. How a game like that, this online-only microtransaction piece of shit type of game, would get Game of the Year. He didn't agree with that at all. And I don't either. I think that's fucking gay. I thought Dark Souls 3 or maybe like Doom or something that obviously isn't complete wallet rape should have got Game of the Year. And those are better games anyway. And GLL agreed with me there, but one thing that he said that was fucking retarded was he said that maybe No Man's Sky should have won Game of the Year, and he wasn't joking. Like, he's serious. He likes that game a lot. He called it a great game in another video, and like, that's fucking stupid, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. Overwatch sucks. It shouldn't get Game of the Year, and I get it. No Man's Sky doesn't have microtransactions, but it's still a piece of shit game. It's broken as fuck, advertised with horrible lies. It's not a good game, dude. It's mediocre at best, and pretty much just a bad game. I heard they're fixing the game up and making it better, but still, it's nothing special, man. And so anyway, moving on here, he said that it was a great game, though. Those were GLL's exact words. No Man's Sky is a great game. And it's not, dude. But then he gives it a review score, and he says, great game, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10? That's what you consider great? Let me get my head around this for a second. In your bubble, where you live and think, this is how it goes for you. 6 out of 10 is a great game. Like, most folks would say that that's mediocre. That's slightly above average. Some folks who are really picky would even say that that's not a very good score. And if this was like school grades, that's an F. That's a 60. That's fucking failure, you know? That's not what people would call great. Great would fall in more in line with like 8, 9, and 10. 6, that's pretty far from fucking great, GLL. I don't know how your thought process works when you review games. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And this ain't the first fucking time that you fucked up like that. Ghost Recon Wildlands, you called that a great game. And this is even worse because that is a microtransaction game and you were licking its ass. So what the fuck is that all about? Saying that it's great and shit. Those are your exact words. You said it was a great game. And then you gave it the 6 out of 10 treatment again. Again, like, what the fuck? What? That makes no goddamn sense, dude. That makes no sense. Alright. And then you gave Halo Wars 2 a 6 out of 10, and you pretty much trash-talked the game, but then you gave it the same score as those other two games I just talked about. Like, this makes no fucking sense. And you're always trash-talking 343 and Microsoft, and you should. They suck. But here's the thing, though. You keep buying their games, or if you don't buy them, you're definitely getting your hands on them, and you're wasting your fucking time playing them and shit. It's fucking stupid. What are you doing? Plenty of fucking good games to spend your time on. Life is short, motherfucker. Don't waste it playing trash and getting all pissy about it. You're just beating yourself up at that point. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes and avoid these terrible games that you don't like. That's how it's supposed to work anyway. So anyway, he's kind of a jackass, and I've called him out on his stupidity several times before, but this time is a little different. This time, instead of him just having a dumbass opinion or not making any sense, this time it's just a straight-up lie. He accused me of saying something that I didn't fucking say, straight up. And I tried to be reasonable with the guy. I went to his channel. I saw his stupid fucking video he made about me. I saw in the link he posted a link to Robin Gaming's channel. He's like this PS4 dude, and he talked about the social justice agenda that Naughty Dog is kind of sort of pushing, right, and how it's sort of a thing in video game culture nowadays to make women empowerment more of a thing, and to make games seem a little more appealing to the transgendered folk, the non-white folk, women, stuff like that. So that's obviously a thing nowadays, but hey, I posted a link to that video, and I agree with pretty much everything that guy said in that video, like, at the end, us gamers, we just want the game to not suck, like, that was pretty much the point of the video, to not get too hung up on all this political shit and just hope that the game doesn't suck. Sadly, the video didn't comment on what really matters, and maybe that guy, Robin's Gaming, maybe he did another video actually talking about it, so that would be nice if he actually did do that. I doubt it, though, but what I'm saying is you need to focus on what really fucking matters, is the microtransactions. Naughty Dog has done microtransaction bullshit for Last of Us 1. They didn't at first, but they eventually started doing that for that game. I don't know exactly how it went down, but I'll tell you right now, on my PS4 dashboard, there's like 100-something little cosmetic items or whatever. That's pretty ridiculous, and they all cost like $2, $3, $5. You add all that up, it's hundreds of dollars, man. But what the fuck, you know? And then, of course, Uncharted 4 has microtransactions in the multiplayer, you know? And from what I know, it's pretty bad. It's like pay-to-win type shit, or one-time use-only crapola, you know? That's fucked up. So, Naughty Dog, basically, we know that they're taking a liking to putting these microtransaction, corporate, butt-fuckery elements into their games. And that's what I'm fucking worried about, because that's what matters most, right, guys? I think we can admit that. Our fucking wallets, right? That's what fucking matters most. I mean, fuck however you feel politically about some lesbian or whatever in a game. Sure, whatever. I don't care as long as the game's fun, as long as it's not a bad game. But the second you start nickel and diming us with microtransactions, that's fucked up. And you see, this is exactly what they want. They want people like me. They want people like gamers in general, even non-gamers. They want everyone in the world to notice the controversy about the whole social justice elements. And they want us to be conflicted and talking back and forth with each other in this controversy and this political stuff. They want us to focus on that. That way, we focus less on what really fucking matters, the microtransactions, the corporate bullshit that they're trying to pull, you know? While we're arguing whether or not Joel or Ellie should be the main character, they get to run off with all the fucking money, because not that many people spoke up again about the wallet rape. Think about it. What matters more? Your thoughts on some woman? Or some fictional character woman? Or your fucking actual hard-earned cash? You know? Like, you gotta prioritize, man. You gotta focus on what really fucking matters. And that's a big deal. That's one of the biggest things that's fucking gaming up right now, is all this corporate butt fuckery. You gotta stay focused on the issue. You know, and don't get me wrong, I understand where people are coming from. But seriously, like, it's just funny that GLL posted that video, because in the video, that guy was talking about how there seems to be assholes who just seem like they're on one side or the other side completely, and there's no, like, leniency in between. And you gotta have that leniency. And that's what's annoying about my problem with GLL right now, is he's just seems like he's leaning completely to one side. He just completely fucking twisted my words and labeled me a social justice warrior type person who, like, come on, right? I mean, he said that he accused me of saying that all gamers are sexist, that anyone who has a problem with Last of Us 2 is sexist, which is fucking stupid and totally untrue. That's not a fact at all. And I never said anything like that, you jackass. Like, I think you had a little too much to drink there before you watched my video. That, or, like I said, you just fucked up and made a mistake, dude. Like, you heard incorrectly. I said that there are sexists, and those people are stupid assholes, but I didn't say everyone hating on Last of Us 2 right now is a sexist. No, I didn't fucking say that at all. My God. Frustrating, because this guy, like I said, he's usually on point, but he fucks up from time to time, and this time he really fucked up. And he started, like, talking about the whole thing with LNG and Actman that happened about the Call of Duty Nazi females that you could play as, the black Nazi females or whatever, and don't compare this to that, okay, guys? That was fucking stupid. That was one retard's opinion versus another retard's opinion, when the smart opinion would have been, fuck this game, I don't care, it's Call of Duty, it's gay shit. That's trash. Nobody should care, nobody should play. Call of Duty won't work too, okay? And that game's bullshit. It's a shit game. It really needs... Those kinds of games need to be fucking ignored. Anyway, But no, this is a little different from that bullshit with LNG and Actman. This is just GLL lying and saying that I said something that I didn't. That's what this is. And like I said, I went to this channel and I saw a stupid fucking video about me, and like he started really like going off the rails. He started like kissing Trump's boot a good bit there. I don't know what that was all about, which is funny because it's like, aren't you a gamer, GLL? That dude wants to like put harm to violent video games. He wants to put a stop to them to a certain degree or completely or something like that. Like he's got a real big problem with fucking video games. Trump is not pro video game, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know why you're kissing his ass a little bit. And I know GLL, he leans a little more right and I lean a little more left, but I've always been willing to forgive him for the most part because he makes a lot of good points, so whatever. But yeah, I know he watches that Steven Crowder dude, and that guy doesn't believe in climate change, and he's behaved pretty fucking retarded, to be perfectly honest, in the past. So yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure GLL is also a fan of that Sargon of Akkad guy who said that the transgendered started 9/11, and that's fucking stupid, so maybe you should think about who you're watching more, GLL. And another thing about GLL is he's always given a lot of YouTubers shit, but a lot of them he subscribes to regardless. Like, he disagreed heavily with Dandy and Weapons Grade in the past, and he's talked major shit about them and called them retarded a bunch of times and acted like a total asshole to them. And he made some good points, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's like you still watch their shit, and like, what are you doing? If you don't like something, fuck off. That's what I do. But, yeah. GLL has made some fucking stupid mistakes, but it's never been that bad, you know? Nobody's perfect. But, yeah, this is totally fucked up. Like, he accused me of something I didn't do. And I tried to be reasonable, and I came to his channel, and I told him, I was just like, this is a big misunderstanding. I actually agree with you for the most part, you know? Like, your stance on The Last of Us 2, like, you and I feel the same way for the most part. Like, I don't know why you're making up this bullshit about me, because that's bullshit. So, and he told me to apologize to him, and it's like, I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do, dickhead. So, this fucking asshole, he, instead of realizing that he obviously misheard me or whatever, that he made a mistake, instead of owning up to it, which is what a real man would fucking do, he kept pushing it. He kept fucking pushing it. He kept saying that I said all of The Last of Us 2 haters are sexist. He kept saying that that's what I said. That's not what I fucking said. I said some Last of Us 2 haters are sexist. Some of them. Big fucking difference, dumbass. But apparently, I don't know what it is with you. Like, when you drink or whatever, maybe you forget how the English language works a little bit or something. I don't know, bro. Maybe you didn't have a very good upbringing or a very good education. I can't really say. But you seem like a real fucking idiot in that video, I gotta say. Like, that was ridiculous. But, like I said, I'm a fair guy. I'm a forgiving person. I was willing to give you a chance to realize that you just fucked up. Yeah, you got a little tipsy, you had a little too much to drink, and you interpreted the video incorrectly. That's all. That's all, dude. And, you even, like I said, you even admitted that you were a little drunk, you know? Like, you drank a little bit, so... Like, this is obviously a big misunderstanding, but the problem is that you have way too much fucking pride, you're way too egotistical, you're not used to being wrong, and I'll admit that you're usually right, but this time you fucked up, and you don't want to admit to it. And I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time it's happened with you, where you just won't admit that you fucked up. Because it looks bad on you. It's poor judgment. Like, obviously you fucked up and you don't want to look like somebody who's uncredible. But guess what, dude? It happens. People fuck up all the time, make mistakes left and right. It's not a big fucking deal. It happens. Just admit it and we can move on. No big deal. Mistakes happen. Accidents happen. No one's perfect. But, yeah. He wanted me to apologize, and I was like, you should apologize to me because You're accusing me of something I didn't say. You said that I said something that I actually fucking didn't. So that's false accusations, man. You need to apologize to me. But he wouldn't. He just kept pushing it. And I was like, he says to me, get this, he says to me, in the first minute of your video, you said that all gamers are sexist, or all Last of Us 2 haters are sexist. And that's not true at all. If you actually watch the fucking video, I was showing a clip of me fighting this player named Solitary Wolf in Boneyard Invasion Slayer as a Spartan, and I was roasting his nuts with the focus rifle. And that part of the video went on for almost 3 minutes. So I didn't even start talking about Last of Us Part 2 until about 3 minutes into the fucking video. So he can't even get the timestamp correct. Like, damn, GLL. This is frustrating because, like, you make a lot of good points, and you always come off a lot smarter than most of these dumbass 343 fanboy types. But right now, that was, Jesus fucking Christ, you're slipping, dude. But he wouldn't admit that he fucked up, even though it was fucking obvious that he just misunderstood. And like I said, that's okay, man, it happens, but you got to admit when you were wrong. You got to admit that. GLL criticized me one time about my thoughts on the Evolved playlist, and he was completely in the right. I was stupid, and I just sort of assumed that the Evolved playlist solved a lot of competitive player issues in Halo Reach, and it really didn't. But I was stupid, and I just assumed it did, and I hardly did any research, hardly played that playlist, and I just kind of felt, oh, they solved the problem, no big deal. I didn't even know what the fuck I was really talking about, and that was very foolish, and GLL called me out on that, and he was right. And I learned from that ever since, so that was fair, but I'm calling him out on complete fucking bullshit of him accusing me of saying something that I didn't fucking say. This is fucking horseshit. He's in the wrong in this instance, and he needs to fucking own up to it, but he won't because he's being a stubborn fucking bastard. So it's just really shitty, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you're making us look bad, GLL. Not only did you make yourself look like a complete fucking moron who didn't catch what I said in the video about Last of Us Part 2 at all, not only that, but you refused to admit you were wrong, which is the worst part by far. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's frustrating, you know? Like, this guy is not a fair person. And that is just, ugh. And I guess the reason I'm so pissed off about it is because it makes me look bad, you know? This is the kind of guy that I tell everybody on YouTube, I'm like, yeah, he does good videos. He really knows what he's talking about in regards to 343's corporate bullshit. Like, yeah, he's pretty spot on about it. I talk about it a lot too, but so does he, so does a few other people, you know? And there's a lot of, most of the Halo YouTubers, especially the popular ones, are fucking idiots when it comes to this sort of stuff. A lot of them are just like fat, dumb, and happy. Duh, I love Halo, ga ga ga. Like, that's how they are. They don't actually look at what really fucking sucks. The microtransactions, the cut content, the stuff like that. And a lot of these guys, some of them do actually talk about that stuff and address it, but at the end of the day, they're buying the games, they're pre-ordering them, they're giving 343 their money, you know, they're getting hyped. You can't trust these cocksuckers, you know? And GLL is borderline almost as bad as some of these guys in that regard. Like, not me, man. I don't even own an Xbox One, motherfucker. Right? I didn't even get into that shit. I wasn't stupid like GLL and many others who fucking bought that trash. Like, when 2013 started rolling about and they started talking about it, Forced Connect, online only, more expensive than the PS4, less powerful than the PS4, like, and I know what 343 has been doing to Halo ever since I saw Halo 4, so I was just like, I got a bad feeling about this, I'm going to hold off, and I'm glad I did, because as time went on, Xbox One just started getting more bad news and more bad news. There have been some upgrades, I'll admit, like the Elite controller is pretty sweet, even though it's fucking overpriced. And they've done some features and upgrades and made things work a little bit better, and there's cheaper games now, and prices have gone down. Yeah, that's nice and all, but it's still a shit console. It's still not worth purchasing. But, you know, idiots got it. And I was talking to Blue Flaming Ninja about it once, and he regrets getting his Xbox One, and he admits that, yeah, it was fucking stupid. He also got a Master Crap Collection, and he admits, yeah, that was fucking stupid too. And he admits that that was a dumbass decision. I'm glad he can admit that. You know, we all fuck up from time to time, and it's up to us to be man enough to admit when we fail. Like, I'm man enough to admit that I was the dumbass for getting Destiny and Halo 4, you know? Like, I was, but ever since then I've learned a lot, and I've been enlightened, and I understand what horrible games these really are. Or, okay, mediocre / horrible. There are some decent things about some of these games, but anyway, so yeah, what else did I want to take mention on here? Yeah, it was weird, though, when I was commenting on GLL's channel, because I was kind of pissed off, you know, that he wouldn't apologize, you know, because at first I was cool. I was just like, this must be a misunderstanding. I just got to explain myself, and it'll be fine. And I did. But he didn't fucking take it that way. Like, Blue took it that way. Like, Blue didn't understand, and he thought I was being an asshole. And then I explained to him, I was like, I never said what GLL is accusing me of, dude. Like, go back and watch the video. I never said all gamers are sexist. I never said Last of Us 2 haters are sexist. I never said that. I said some of them are. Big fucking difference, okay? That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. Go watch the video, guys. It's fucking proof right there. And so, yeah, Blue, he understood at that point after I explained myself, and he was just like, yeah, we're cool, man, no big deal. And, like, it wasn't a thing. But with GLL, he just wouldn't fucking relent. He just kept pushing it. And it's like, you're living in a fantasy world, GLL. Like, my God, can't even admit it when you were wrong. Like, this is fucking pathetic. And that really bugs me because it shows a real lack of strength, a real lack of character, and I guess I'm kind of mad at myself for being stupid and not really seeing that GLL was actually like this. Because I talked to my brother about it, and he was all like, "Oh yeah, it totally makes sense that asshole would behave that way," and I was kind of shocked. I was all like, "I didn't think he would be that way, but I guess he is." So I guess I'm a dumbass for having faith in the guy to a certain degree, but. Well, that's how that goes. So, yeah, I don't think I'm very welcome on his channel anymore, and, guy's a dick, you know. And like I said, I'll admit that he's right most of the time, and he makes really good points and all that, but this was really outrageous, and now I'm just kind of, I can't look at the guy the same way. It's just like, you're kind of crazy, man. I can't take you seriously all the time. I got to get the fuck out of here. So I don't think I'll be watching his channel anymore. I never subbed to the guy, really. I subbed to him at first, I think, but he kept saying some stupid shit. So and you know me, I'm really picky about who I sub to. So I didn't sub to him. But from time to time, I chimed in on his videos on and off. And yeah, this was just sort of the last straw, because it's one thing to have different opinions and have an argument and a debate about it, but it's another thing to just straight up fucking lie about somebody and fucking go into this delusion that you're telling the truth when everybody knows that, no, dude, you're actually fucking lying. Or at least to those who are paying attention anyway. I'm sure there are some of GLL subs and fans who are totally on board with him no matter what, but you're always going to have people like that. But yeah, my point is he wouldn't admit to his failure, his fuck up here, and that's just, that's unacceptable, man. Like, I can't support your channel in any way whatsoever anymore. Like, that's fucked up. So I just got to say, man, it's been a fun ride. Been watching you on and off for about 2 or 3 years, and you made more good points than pretty much any other Halo YouTuber that I know, and that's great. That's why I loved watching your channel. But you are a fucking dickhead, and whenever you fuck up, it's pretty bad. And this time, it kind of crossed the line. So you can go fuck yourself. Now, let's see. Yeah, it was also pretty funny though, because in the video, in the comment section, that Halo cocksuckative 343 fanboy guy was there. He was making jokes, and I'm not gonna lie, kind of funny. So So, yeah. Wow. My goodness. Like, you may be a 343 dick sucker and all that, but you had every right to laugh at that video because it is pretty funny. Because I'm not going to lie, GLL was totally way off base there in that video. My God. And I was trying to be nice to him and shit and reasonable, and it wasn't working at all. And, yeah, so awkward. And then, Bit of Gayer, that 343 fanboy who supports microtransactions, that guy jumped to my defense. It was weird. It's fucking bizarro shit going on. I didn't think that would happen. Wow. And then, that Epic Forger dude, he was, he made a comment. He said that I have no brain. And so I replied to him. I was just like, you're just fucking pissed off because you're an EA fucking Assfield fanboy, and I made fun of you for it once. That's all. And then Firestarter chimed in, and he said that both of us have no brain. So I was like, fuck you, Firestarter. But I don't know if Firestarter actually was heard my side of the argument in the comments yet. And he definitely hasn't heard this video yet because I'm making it right now. I haven't uploaded it, of course. So hopefully a Firestarter will see it my way, you know, the actual way that you should see it, the way it actually went down. And then he'll, you know, apologize for that stupid remark. Now, so I'm sorry about telling you, I'm sorry about saying fuck you, Firestarter. I was pissed off, you know, and yeah, just, you know, give me a second chance, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, fucking, obviously GLL interpreted the video incorrectly, and you interpreted it incorrectly as well, and I just want you to watch the video again and realize that I didn't say what GLL is accusing me of saying. I didn't say that stupid shit. So don't think that I'm a fucking retard, alright? I'm not. GLL just overreacted, and he's being a stupid asshole about it. He's being stubborn, that's all. Now, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah, that Epic Forger guy. Like, I said to him, you're just mad because I made fun of you for being an EA dick sucker. And so he says to me, no. This was the most hilarious shit ever. He says to me, no, I'm a dick to you because you're toxic to other YouTubers and you're just an asshole, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wait a minute. You're always on GLL's comments section, and you're never giving him shit about it. So it's okay for him to engage in that kind of behavior, but it's not okay for me to do the exact same fucking thing? What the fuck is that kind of logic? You're a fucking retard, kid. My God. That Epic Forger kid, my goodness. Retard. And I told him, I have sympathy for the fact that your favorite game is Halo Reach. It's my favorite game as well. And I say that because, well, look at the facts. I play Halo Reach more than any fucking video game I've ever played in my life. So, obviously, this is safe to say that Halo Reach is my favorite game. And I've seen Epic Forger say that it's his favorite game, too. So, I got some sympathy for the guy. I respect his taste to a certain degree. He's also a Assfield fucking fanboy, though, so can't respect him too much. Same goes for Weapons Grade. That guy is an EA dicklicker too, but word is he's kind of giving EA some shade right now, so at least he's catching on. But yeah, anyway, what else did I want to talk about? Let's see. Actually, I can't remember if I talked about this in this video, but maybe I did already. I can't remember, but I'll just repeat myself because, fuck it, it's my video. This political controversy that's going down in the gaming world with women in gaming and all that crap, this is what the corporations want. They want us to be consumed with talking about that. That way, we're talking about microtransactions less. I think I already talked about that in this video. I can't fucking remember. I've been busy as shit at work, and I can't remember stuff very well, so you gotta forgive me, alright? So anyway, yeah, remember guys, you gotta prioritize. Focus on what matters most. Your wallet, you know? Speaking of which, I got some stuff I want to talk about here. The IGN editor at on that Dead Cell game. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but IGN had some fucking editor douchebag do a review for that Dead Cell indie type game, and from what I hear, it's actually a pretty badass game. It's like, I think it's like $20, $30, $40, I don't know. It's not a full price game. You can get it right now on PS4, and I think it's on PC, I'm not sure. Maybe it's on Xbox One also. But from what I hear, it's a pretty badass game. It's a Metroidvania type of game, you know? It's side-scroller type of game. And I heard it's pretty badass. It looks pretty badass. I want to check it out eventually. But anyway, he did a review, this editor at IGN did a review on this fucking game, and turns out he plagiarized the shit out of it. He used someone else's review, basically, to review the game. And that said individual came forward and was like, hey, I appreciate the flattery here, but that you stole my video, basically, you know? You stole my review, basically, or something like that. And so the guy got accused of plagiarism, and yeah, he totally fucking stole that guy's review. And apparently this guy is a real fucking bitter bitch. He's a real douchebag. And he fucking lashed out in public, and he basically stated that, I'm a big shot IGN editor. How dare you say things about me like that? I didn't plagiarize. Fuck you. He was all butthurt, you know? And motherfuckers, he said, I dare you to find anything on me that's considered plagiarism. You won't find shit. Like, I'm being wrongfully accused here. And it's like, no, you're actually being very accurately accused, dickhead. Because guess what happened next, guys? Fucking... He said that shit out loud, and you know how the internet is. They dug up some dirt on this guy, and it turns out that this wasn't the only time that he's plagiarized. He's done it a bunch of times in the past. So now he looks like even bigger dog shit. And, yeah, whew, that's awkward, you know. IGN looks kind of like shit for that. So that was a funny story. And what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, the Activision Spyro thing. This pisses me off. Activision sucks fucking balls, man. Call of Duty, Destiny, what they're doing with Blizzard and Bungie, you know, like, oh, God. Good God, no. That's all I can think, is this is just fucking shitty. Crap Division is one of the worst companies ever. They didn't used to be this fucking awful, but, you know, recently, in the past 5 to 10 years ago-ish, yeah, they've been pretty fucking awful. So, this sucks, but guess what? They are heading up. They're putting forth a lot of money towards the remastering of the Spyro the Dragon franchise. I've never played it myself. I was talking to Stangle about it, and he was telling me that he played the shit out of that game back in the day, and he fucking loved it. And I trust that guy. I think that guy knows what he's talking about, and so I want to give it a shot. And I was thinking about purchasing this Spyro the Dragon remaster thing that Activision is working on, and it makes me worried. This is just like the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice thing that I talked about in my last video. Like, I'm worried. It's got Activision's name on it. That sucks. But it's coming from a developer that might actually get it right and make a decent remaster or reboot or remake or whatever the fuck you want to call this Spyro the Dragon thing. So, apparently, they did a decent job with the Insane trilogy of Crash Bandicoot. So, I have a little faith. But, of course, I'm not going to get it right away. I'll wait and see how it goes down. It's basically how you have to play it nowadays in the gaming world. You can't just rush out the door day one with $60 in your hand going, yeah, take my money right now. No, that's fucking stupid. You're probably going to regret that. I know I did when I got Halo 4 and Destiny. So anyway, you got to learn from your mistakes. Yeah, so I'm kind of worried about what they're doing with that, and apparently they had some development problems with the disc version of Spyro or something like that, but now the developers have pressured Activision into giving them more time so they can get this right, and I guess that's a good thing. We'll see, but I saw a lot of people like cheering them on, like, yeah, that's how you do it, Activision, good job, and it's just like, please don't praise them. This is what they should be doing. This is what they should be doing. Anyway, I'm sorry. They've just fucked up so much that whenever they do something right that they should have been doing in the first place, it's just kind of like, well, you still got a ton of other bullshit you've done in the past that you need to make up for. Get working, asshole. You know, that's how it feels. When you've been treated like shit by a company for like a decade, you know, you're kind of like, you owe us so much fucking more than this, you pieces of shit. Just because you do one thing like you're supposed to, you know what I mean? It's frustrating is all I'm saying. So anyway, I'm kind of worried about what's going on there. And another thing I want to talk about is Bethesda. They apparently announced that in the new Fallout 76 online-only bullshit game, that the perks or whatever are not going to be in the form of like microtransactions. You just play the game, you level up, and you get the perks that way. The good old school way that like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas were like. I don't know about Fallout 4. I've never played it, but I heard it wasn't that great. I heard it's okay. But I heard it has that paid mod bullshit, and that sounds like some real cocksuckery. So I don't really trust Bethesda anymore. I think they're getting a little too fucking greedy. So I have a severe lack of faith in their upcoming games. I really do. And so does Wade Duell. Speaking of Wade Duell, I talked to him about the whole sexism in video games thing, and yeah, he agrees with me, you know, like, he took some flack for talking shit about the Star Wars movie that just came out a little while ago, the Ass Jedi, yeah, that terrible movie. Yeah, some people were insinuating that he was sexist for hating the movie, and no, I got his back, and I talked to him about it, and I was like, it's not that we hate women in movies and entertainment and games and stuff. No, that is not the case at all. We just want characters to be well written and not forced and terrible and stupid, you know. We want more Ellies from Last of Us Part 1. We want less Spartan Locks. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Like, oh yeah, and speaking of which, yeah, fucking GLL was insinuating that I was a racist or something for not liking Spartan Locke, and I'm done. I don't want to talk about that fucking asshole anymore. Jesus Christ. Like I said, though, guys, it's got nothing to do with race or sex or anything like that. We just want the games to make sense, to be fitting, have a decent storyline and decent gameplay, and best of all, we don't want to be robbed fucking blind and treated like fucking suckers at a fucking slot machine or something, you know what I mean? That's fucking bullshit. If you ask me, that's the biggest fucking problem in gaming right now is fucking microtransaction butt fuckery. Lying developers trying to fucking sucker money out of us. Like, how the fuck are we supposed to enjoy gaming when we don't have any goddamn money? You know, like, anyway, I know I might be overreacting, but you know what I mean. We don't want to get fucked over. We don't want to get our wallets raped. And you gotta vote with your wallet. Don't buy this shit. Something that GLL should fucking consider. Ah, God, there I go again, bringing him up. Sorry, that guy just pissed me off. Anyway, one last thing I gotta say, though, is I'm glad I didn't lose any subs over this stupid shit with GLL. I'm glad I didn't lose any subs. I'm glad most people didn't fucking take him very seriously, and it's not a big deal. But I just wanted to set the record straight that he was being a fucking stubborn dickhead. Alright, that's enough of that. And the last thing I was saying, though, again, as I was saying about that Fallout 76 game, apparently it's good news. You won't have to get those perks or whatever through microtransactions if you play the game. But it's still an online-only game from what I hear, and that sounds like it sucks ass, so they can count me out. Online-only? Microtransactions? Both? Count me the fuck out, motherfucker. Like, I do not want anything to do with a game like that. But like a lot of people are weary, and I'm one of them. They say that this game won't have perks as microtransactions, and they were pretty adamant about it, you know? So I think we can trust them to a certain degree, but who's to say what the future brings, right? Who's to say? The game launches, and then there's no microtransactions. Okay, cool. All right. A month or two later, bam, they hit you with the fucking microtransactions. I don't know if this is true, but I heard this is true. In Halo 5, that game has microtransactions, pay-to-win type microtransactions. It's fucking bullshit. But they tried to defend themselves by saying some fucking lies. Well, I don't know if this is true. I'm just saying what I heard. They tried to defend themselves by saying that you can unlock all this stuff by grinding and just playing the game. You don't actually have to buy it. You can get everything by just playing. Well, I heard that that's actually bullshit. I heard they eventually released some packs that you can only get by purchasing with real-life money. So there's some stuff in Halo 5 that you can only get by spending extra money. So I don't know what the fuck to think there. If that's true, then you slimy cocksuckers at 343, I'm not surprised. But anyway, what I was saying, though, is you got to watch out for that sort of thing. Things are getting a little more complicated in gaming nowadays. Now they'll lie straight to your face and say, oh yeah, our game's not going to have any microtransactions. Hell no, fuck that. We don't do that shit. We're cool, motherfucker. And then they release the game, and then bam, they hit you with microtransactions a month or two after launch, you know? So, Jesus Christ. It's almost like you got to wait a fucking year before you can actually legitimately purchase a game in the safety of knowledge that you're not going to get fucked, you know? Like, it's so ridiculous that it's come to that, but it's kind of come to that. It really kind of has. So I'm just saying, guys, watch out, you know? Be cautious, be an educated gamer, do your research, you know? So, yeah. And finally, I want to talk about my failures to gaming. We're not perfect, right? None of us are perfect, and we all fuck up and make mistakes. And I've talked about this before in the past, but in case anybody doesn't know, I'm gonna talk about it right now. Yeah, I know I've probably talked about it in the past before in videos. So if you've seen me talk about it now, then you might as well click off the video right now. But I'm going to talk about the 3 microtransaction games that I've had the displeasure of experiencing. So I'm going to talk about this. This is a long fucking story, and those games are, it was a Spartacus game based on that Stars TV show, Destiny, of course, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm going to talk about my experiences with these microtransaction bullshit games. And like I said, I talked about this stuff in the past, so if you already heard me talk about this in the past, just click off the video, you're done. But yeah, if you haven't, just hear me out. I just want to tell this story because I think it's important, and I think it'll help motivate some people to understand how I feel and to help educate people if they care, if there is anybody that does care, about why microtransaction games are so fucking awful. So, it was around 2010. Wow, fucking like 8 years ago. It's ridiculous. My dad was still alive. On my 360 dashboard, there was a, what do you call it, a motherfucking, what was that game? Yeah, the Spartacus game. It was a free to download game, you know? It was on the 360 dashboard, and I got it because I like the TV show, okay? I'm a big Roman history buff, so I'm all about that shit. And so, yeah, I was really down to get this game. And at the time, okay, you guys got to remember, at the time, I was a lot dumber as a gamer. I had no idea what microtransaction games were or how evil and corporate these business models could be, you know? Like, I remember Horse Armor DLC being sort of an issue with Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and yeah, that shit kind of pissed me off, but that was like DLC that was in like really small increments here and there. It didn't really nickel and dime you way too much. It wasn't that bad, you know? Like, it sucked, don't get me wrong, and I don't agree with it, and all that shit really should be in the game day one, but, you know, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty gay, but it's not that bad. Nowhere near as bad as what we got now. And a lot of people, they say that DLC and microtransactions are the same thing, and they got a point, but to a large degree, they kind of don't also. There are differences generally. Like, they're similar in the sense that, yeah, you pay extra to get extra shit for your game. Yes, that is true. But DLC tends to just limit to a few things, and then that's it. Game's done. You're done buying stuff for the game. It didn't cost you that much more. You paid maybe maybe $60 for the base game, and maybe an extra 40 at most, usually around there, to get the rest of the shit for the game. All right, that sucks, but it's not completely wallet rape. But today, with microtransactions, that form of extra monetization for the game, that shit is really pushing it. One-time use burn cards, loot boxes, fucking gambling. You don't even know what the fuck you're gonna get, and more than likely, it's gonna be a piece of shit. That's usually what it is. That shit is really hardcore, and it preys upon people's gambling natures. You know, their weaknesses, their willpower, their lack of willpower, to be exact. That's fucked up. And a lot of countries are making that shit illegal, you know, because it's basically gambling. And gambling in casinos is heavily regulated. They don't allow minors onto the floor, and if the casino breaks any fucking laws or rules, they get fucking penalized big time by the state, and they get sued, and they have to pay out the ass. You know, there's fucking serious restrictions on that shit. But with the video game microtransactions, any little kid can get a hold of mom's or dad's credit card and rack up a $1,000 bill on FIFA or some gay shit. Like, oh man, the FIFA games, those games are for idiots. Pretty much all EA Sports games are for faggots. If you play those games these days, you're a fucking retard, you know? Like, my God. Anyway, I gotta say though, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, that Spartacus game. So yeah, I was stupid and I got into that, and I didn't like it. It was like this generic fighting game type experience, you know, and it wasn't very good. And so I was about done with the game, and then I noticed all the menu settings and stuff. I started fucking around in that area, and I noticed, oh, there's all this microtransaction stuff. They want my credit card information so I can purchase some packages that give you in-game fake video game money to spend on things that you can unlock in the game, like combos, attack moves, outfits, characters, all kinds of goofy shit, you know? And one of the package deals was $150. What the fucking fuck? My God. Like, a lot of these fucking microtransaction deals are fucking more expensive than a full-price console game, you know? Like, what the fuck is that? Ridiculous. Ridiculous overcharging out the ass. Who falls for this shit? Idiots, suckers, people who want to show how big of a fan they are. It's preying on people's kindness and what's the word I'm looking for? And gullibility, you know? Like, that's just fucked up. And so anyway, I saw that shit and I was like, this is fucking gay. Like, I don't want anything to do with this bullshit. So I dropped that game, uninstalled it, and that was the end of that. So then, from that point forward, I was like, wow, I better watch out for some of these games that are free at first, and then they try to fuck you with all these bullshit overcharges for stupid stuff that's totally not worth it. Oh, and for the record, I want to just say, at least with casinos, there's a chance you'll win money, there's a chance you'll draw a crowd, there's a chance they might buy you a free drink or something, or get you a room at the hotel. A girl might put her arm over you and make you look good and feel happy or whatever, or like you're a big shot or something. That might happen to you at a fucking casino when you're gambling. Yeah, sure. You know what happens when you spend money on microtransactions in a game? Nothing. They give you nothing. They give you fake digital nothingness. You are literally giving them money for nothing. That's what that is, basically, which is different from DLC. DLC, you pay for it. It's usually like a map pack for, in the case of like Halo or something like that. You own that now. You own that shit forever. You own these new maps. You own this new story content. You own this expansion or whatever. You know, like in the case of Oblivion, the Shivering Isles DLC. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of makes sense that stuff costs money. And it is kind of gay that it's extra stuff that you got to pay for. But, you know, like I said, it's nowhere near as bad as loot boxes where... Oh, God, you know what I mean. So anyway, like, I'm just making that point. Like, casinos are better than actual microtransactions, you know? Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah. From that point forward, I was like, well, I better watch out for those games like that Spartacus game, you know? They're trying to hook you and fuck you over and pressure you into wasting tons of money on bullshit. So I better watch out for that shit. So then, Destiny is about to come out, right? In 2014. And I was in a really good mood because around this time, it's when me and my brother started the new business, and we put every ounce of effort and money we had into it. And if this didn't work out, we'd really be fucked. But it worked out great, and I've been making big money, and my life turned around 100%, and I was in a really good, jolly fucking mood. And Destiny 1 was about to come out, and this is a game made by Bungie, the guys that fucking made the great Halo trilogy, the original Halo trilogy and Halo Reach. And yeah, ODST wasn't as good, but you know, I like that too. I really enjoyed the firefight mode on Lost Platoon. I played that shit for, oh my god. My service record on Halo Reach for ODST says that I killed 20,000 fucking grunts. And I played that game mostly offline, so I think I killed maybe 100,000 grunts. You know, like, yeah, I dug that game, man. I know ODST had, it was kind of like an overpriced expansion. Yeah, that was bullshit. I know it wasn't much of a story mode. It didn't have matchmaking for the firefight and online campaign. No, it didn't have anything like that. You had to know the people on your friends list to play with them. That was gay. They didn't have matchmaking. So yeah, there were problems, but it was still, you know, it was still an enjoyable game. Especially if you didn't get Halo 3, then you got the whole multiplayer experience with that one, so that was fucking awesome. But anyway, my point is, though, Destiny was coming from a company that I was a big fanboy of, you know, like, goddamn, you know, 2001 to 2010 Bungie Halo games, I loved them all, and they're some of my favorite games, and Halo Reach is my favorite game, and yeah, I just couldn't wait. I was like, Destiny is gonna be so fucking sweet. Yeah, I feel like a fucking idiot for thinking that way. I should have done my research. And to be perfectly honest, before that game was coming out, I was a little skeptical. I knew there was no split screen, so I had to get 2 copies of the game to enjoy it with my brother. So that kind of pissed me off. And I knew they were releasing it on PS4 and Xbox One, and those versions would be slightly better looking, faster, better frame rate, and faster load times and stuff like that. And I didn't have an Xbox One or a PS4 at the time, and I was still struggling financially. You know, we just started the business, but we were making money and things were looking up. But I was still, you know, hesitant to buy one of these next-gen consoles, especially because, you know, they didn't start getting any good games until about 2015 or 16. And, of course, the Xbox One still hasn't got a single must-have exclusive type of game to this very fucking day. It's ridiculous. That goddamn console has been out for like, what, 5, 6 years, and there's still not a single must-have, just a bunch of mediocre and terrible exclusives? That's fucking gay. Goddamn Xbox One, get your fucking shit together, bro. Anyway, I'm losing it. Back to what I was saying about Destiny. I just got the 360 version, right? And I was a little hesitant. I was a little skeptical. I was worried, you know. I thought, oh shit, you know, I was worried that Destiny 1 would not be as good as Reach. And I was like, okay, but I said to myself, well, okay, that's not a big deal, that's not a big deal. Maybe it'll be almost as good as Reach, and that'll be good enough for me. Okay, so I was just sugarcoating it, you know, I was just fucking patting myself on the back, making myself feel good, but I should have, I wish I did more research, I wish I was more hesitant. I fucked up. I got the game like 2 or 3 days after it launched. I took it home. Everybody was telling me at Walmart is when I picked it up, and there were some kids there, and I talked to them, and there was a clerk. I talked to him about it, and he said, "Yeah, it's fucking awesome, bro." You know, I was like, "All right, this is gonna be sweet." I take it home, have to install it and shit. It takes forever to get online and install the game. Took like an hour and a half. Then I finally start playing it, and it's like really bare bones, hardly any content at all, next to no storyline. The ships are just loading screens. Like, the characters are dull as fuck. There's really no characters there. There's basically no story, and that was a bummer. But that's just the icing on this shitstorm, you know? Like, the game had fucking microtransactions. It was a noob-friendly Call of Duty clone, basically. So many problems. I don't want to get into it. I think I've done plenty of videos talking about why Destiny sucks. But I didn't know that full price games were pulling the microtransaction bullshit at the time, and then I see it in this game. Grinding for stuff could take like a week or two to get just one piece of good gear. It was fucking ridiculous. Or you could just fucking pay them real life cash, real life credit card money, and then you could get it quick. And that pissed me off, you know, that they pulled that bullshit. So, yeah, that was frustrating. And I feel really stupid that I didn't see it coming, you know, and that's my own damn fault, really. Well, it's my fault for being dumb, and it's also these asshole corporations' fault for enforcing that crap. But yeah, I should have seen it coming, though, because Joseph Staten, he quit before he could finish his envision for the game. Marty O'Donnell got fired, so obviously something fucked up was going on over there. They merged with Crap Division, and I didn't realize how terrible Crap Division really was at the time. Yeah, I fucked up. And then later on, recently, like about a year or two ago, something like that, I picked up a used copy of Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, a while back, with the last Tomb Raider reboot that Square Enix made, I was at my best friend Jake's birthday party, and his brother was there, Glenn, and he was cooking up a big-ass seafood dinner for everybody, and it was great. That shit was delicious. That was like the best seafood dinner experience I've ever had. Anyway, what am I talking about? Fuck the food. I'm talking about the game here. One of Jake's good friends, I can't remember his name because I'm an asshole and I'm bad with names, but he was telling me, this guy, he buys like every game. He's like rich or something, and he can afford like every single fucking video game there is. Like the guy and his brother have like a gamer score on Xbox 360 that's like 500,000 or something. I don't know. It's several 100,000. It's ridiculous, those dudes. So they play like every fucking game, and he was telling me that, oh yeah, the new Tomb Raider, they just rebooted or whatever. It's pretty good, actually. So I didn't forget that. I was like, huh, interesting. I never really liked Tomb Raider. I find that hard to believe. Huh, okay. So anyway, I never got it, right? I didn't like go to the store that day and be like, oh, I need to get Tomb Raider. He said it was good. No. I just took his word for it, but I didn't really act on it. Anyway, one day, not too long ago, my 360 dashboard says that, hey, you got Tomb Raider, the reboot, and you can download it for free. And I was like, all right, free game. So I download it. It's free. I jump in, and yeah, no microtransactions. And it's a fun game. It's actually not bad. They did a decent job with the Tomb Raider there. Pretty sweet. So, all right. Cool, man. I'm down with that shit. And I enjoyed the game. I'd give it like a 7 or an 8 out of 10, you know? I thought it was all right. I don't think it was the greatest thing ever, but yeah, I think I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah. I heard they remastered it on the PS4, so that's cool. I might check that out at some point. Give the game a second go, but I'll play the remastered version on PS4. But I think the PS4 going price right now is like 20 or 30 bucks, and that kind of sucks. So if I could get it for maybe 10 or 15 because I'm a cheap-ass bitch, yeah, maybe I'll get it then. Maybe. I'm still on the fence. But anyway, yeah, it wasn't bad is what I'm saying. So when Rise of the Tomb Raider got announced, and I was a little hyped for that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. It might be pretty good like the last one. All right. Yeah, if it's decent like the last one, I'll give it a shot. Why not? Yep, I'm a dumbass. Didn't do my research. I got a hold of the game used for like 20 bucks on eBay, and immediately started noticing the story wasn't as good, and that wasn't a big deal, though. It still had a very similar feel to the gameplay, and I was appreciating that enough. But what do you know? Rise of the Tomb Raider has single-player microtransactions. Fucking gay. Should have done my research. I feel like a jackass. That game is sitting in a drawer somewhere in my room. I don't know where it is. I don't fucking care. I don't want to play it. And I hate myself for being stupid and getting that goddamn game. So I fucked up a third time. We all fuck up. We all make mistakes. It's our job to try our best to not repeat those mistakes, you know? And, yeah, so anyway, I think I pretty much talked about everything I felt like talking about. Been busy as shit at work, so if I forgot something, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble remembering stuff these days. I'm just so fucking busy with the whole back-to-school thing. Been monogramming backpack after backpack after backpack. I'm getting like 10 of them a day, on top of a bunch of different fucking logos, on top of a bunch of different fucking other things, you know, like, goddamn, it's nice to be needed. Like, I'm grateful, though. I'm making big fucking money, but, like, it is becoming a lot of work. It didn't used to be too much work, but, like, damn, I'm just becoming that popular over there. Speaking of being grateful, once upon a time, GLL follower, that fucking 343 fanboy cocksucking shill over there, that douchebag, who owes people money, who ripped people off, yeah, everybody knows it, it's the truth, that's a fact. That fucking cocksucker once upon a time did a video saying, "Are you grateful for Halo?" And it was really pretentious and awkward, and anyway, I'll answer that question for you right now, GLL follower. Yes, I am grateful for Halo. I'm grateful for the franchise. I'm grateful that Bungie made good Halo games. I am not grateful for 343's Halo games because those suck balls by comparison. That's how I'm going to answer that question. Okay? So, yeah, that's enough of that. I'll see you guys later.